is brought to you by Kirk Market.
Good morning and welcome back to Daybreak. Today we're going to get the 1, 2, 3 step of building a healthy smoothie. And of course, I'm here at Kirk Market with Andrea Hill, who is a nutrition expert and going to tell us all about how to do it.
Smoothies are really simple things to put together in the morning. Some people that aren't into eating breakfast, Elisa, will find that they'll blend something really quickly up, you know, maybe some sweetened yogurt or just some fruit and milk, and then they're out the door. But then they could be hungry within the hour, and there's a reason why.
Oh, so I'm wondering, does it matter the fruits that you put in?
Well, sometimes, you know, you could be overdoing the fruit and then therefore really pushing up the natural sugar content of that smoothie.
Okay.
And, you know, you might just be running on sugar, essentially, as opposed to a little bit of staying power from a good protein source, and even a little staying power from a healthy fat like a flax or a nut butter or something. So I think sometimes we go a little too heavy on some of the things that we know are generally healthy for us, but if you're dealing with sugar issues, you're trying to lose weight, there's a bit of an equation to building a healthy smoothie. So that's what we're focusing on.
So it's bringing down the sugar.
Bringing down the sugar, making it, you know, nice and sustainable. So we start off with our base, okay? And I've got a number of different varieties here. You can choose to do about 8 ounces of just pure organic milk, or if you're on like a non-dairy milk beverage. Kefir and yogurt are like a probiotic source, and the kefir, you know, you add maybe just you know, as much thickness as you want. You can dilute the rest with water, and sometimes people even use a fruit or a veggie pressed juice as the base. Okay. So we need a base, about 8 ounces worth.
All right.
Okay, about a cup serving, and then we go to our fruit.
The yumminess.
The
thing that adds the flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's okay to add fruit, but we're not going to add all 3 of these.
Why? That looks so delicious.
It does, doesn't it? But you're getting, remember, natural sugars from these. Yes, you're getting fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, all that good stuff. But you want to choose one of these. Typically, you're looking at about a half cup, maybe about 3/4 of a cup serving when you're talking about doing some kind of a fruit addition.
Okay, so it's always one fruit, or can you split it up between 2?
Yeah, you can mix up the fruits, just making sure that you're taking in no more than would fit in a handful.
And that doesn't mean heaping it to me.
Exactly, yeah. Towering fruits, no. About a half cup, so a nice generous handful, okay? That goes into the smoothie as well. And then you need staying power. So that's protein. I don't know if you use smoothies or protein powders or anything like that, but we have quite a few here at Kirk's. This one is like a rice protein. It's sweetened with a little bit of stevia. You want to try to avoid like artificial colors and dyes and you know, sweeteners that way. This one is a hemp protein, so this is like a single serve sachet. And you're getting natural omega-3s here. So we're getting anywhere between about 14, 15, 16 grams of protein here. If you're using a whey protein.
And it's 1 scoop of that.
It's 1 scoop, right? Yeah, definitely 1 scoop. You get a scoop in here. But if you're not a protein powder person, then I'm going to grab my Greek yogurt from my base, and you could just add the tub there. That tub is the same amount of protein you get out of your hemp as well as out of your scoop of your brown rice. So if you're not a protein powder kind of person, then go with the natural whole food. Use a plain Greek yogurt.
And how much of the Greek yogurt would you put in?
The whole thing.
The
whole thing.
Yeah,
definitely.
And then moving to this side of the table.
This is like the extras, okay? Because this is where you can really boost the nutritional value of your smoothie. If it's falling a little short on fiber, this is where things like ground flax can work, adding a tablespoon or 2 of that, or if you prefer chia seeds. Chias add a nice thickener to it. It really boosts up the natural oils. And then we have a little staying power from things like an almond butter, like a tablespoon, or even just a flax oil if you prefer that. And then I've got the greens here. If you're not doing very good on your green vegetables during the day, this might be an easier way to add them to your smoothie.
How that feels.
Yeah, absolutely. So adding a green food can really work here as well. So you have a nice balance of things, as you can see.
So what would you say to viewers that this is morning show, you know, they're just making their breakfast as they watch the show this morning, making their smoothie, what would be the last words that you would say to them?
You know, I think you got to remember that, you know, yes, the fruit and the liquid is always going to be part of that smoothie, but remember, what is keeping this smoothie in my system so that I have long-lasting energy? It's going to come from protein. It's going to come from a little healthy fat source. So if you're going to choose any one of these things, I'd say start with a little bit of protein. Or if you're like a vegan out there, you don't really care to go for any sort of animal-based products, go with a lot of these nuts. You can add a handful of nuts, some staying power from a nut butter, but you need one or the other. Okay. Start there.
All right. Thank you very much, Andrea, for talking to us, taking us through the 1, 2, 3 step of making a healthy smoothie. Hope that helped everyone. Daybreak will be back with more. Please stay with us.
Live Healthy is brought to you by Kirk Market.